What's up, guys? It's Hayden.
Hey, and I'm Emma. Welcome back to our channel. It is currently 4:30 in the morning. We've just got home from the midnight screening of Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. Excuse us if we look super tired and acting a bit weird.
Bit delirious.
Bit delirious. But we wanted to do a really quick video to just dump our first
Initial
impressions.
thoughts.
Yep. And our true feelings in the moment. So, and right now, I'm feeling like I shouldn't like this movie because of the reviews so far. But I'm sorry, I really liked it. I had a good time. I enjoyed it. I laughed, I cried, and I feel like people are going to hate me for having these feelings right now because so many people don't like this final film, and I do right now.
And look, I don't think it's fair to have that kind of pressure put on you as an audience member or a critic or a reviewer. I think that we should be able to feel the way we want to feel about certain movies, and I think people are going to do that with this. Different people are going to go in with different expectations. They're going to take different things away from this, and I think it's probably going to be as divisive as what The Last Jedi was. I really do. And it's Star Wars, so of course there's going to be debate.
There's always going to be arguments about Star Wars, I think, until the end of time. So it's hard to please everyone.
Yeah.
And J.J. Abrams had a huge task on his hands.
I don't envy him. I really
No,
don't envy him.
wrapping
I don't
up-
envy anyone who's
No.
taken on Star Wars.
To wrap up such a massive franchise, like, bloody hell. We're not going to spoil anything in this either. We need to come back and do a bit more of an in-depth review with spoilers. So this one's just our initial thoughts and feelings.
I think we need to sit with it for a couple of days too.
Yeah, I think we...
I think we're in like the honeymoon phase at the moment. We've just met like a beautiful woman and we've fallen in love and we're in that honeymoon phase. But then you get home from the honeymoon and you start noticing the annoying quirks, and so hopefully it doesn't get like that for us. But
For lack of a better description there.
yeah. But no, our initial impressions are really good. I think you loved it. I'm more in the middle, leaning slightly more towards the positive side. But I do kind of see the flaws.
Honestly, at this stage, I'm tired. I'm on a high because Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I need to probably take another day or two to think about the storyline that was chosen, the events that unfolded. Like a lot happened in this, and I can understand why people's feathers have been ruffled with it. But at the same time, can we just stop and enjoy Star Wars for once? Like,
Because it is a spectacle.
yeah,
Like, I don't think there is such a spectacle as, seeing Star Wars at the movies on big screen, big sound system. There's just nothing like it.
when you see it on those big IMAX,
And that score kicks in,
Hypermax
and
screens,
those
the surround
that rolling
sound.
text comes on.
You just get encased in the moment, and you get carried away into this
Yeah.
galactic adventure.
And this doesn't disappoint on that aspect. This is a spectacle. It is a big film. They pack a lot in. Just a lot to unpack. As you know, Rise of Skywalker follows Rey, Finn, and Poe, who lead the Resistance against a regenerated Emperor Palpatine. So we know the Emperor's back. We've heard him in like the trailers. We know he's been coming back for a while.
Pretty sure he's in a poster too.
Yeah, in a poster.
Yeah.
So yeah, good to have him back. I love Ian McDiarmid in that role. He's always fantastic. And really the rest of the cast are fantastic as well. I mean, with what the cast were given, whether you like the story or not, everyone, handled their roles really well.
Absolutely, yeah. I can't fault any of the acting in this. Adam Driver as Kylo Ren. I've adored him since Force Awakens.
He's really coming to his own as an actor, Adam Driver.
He is definitely up there with my favorite actors of all time now. I think he's just perfect in everything that he does. He was the perfect Kylo Ren. Daisy Ridley was fantastic as Rey.
She had a lot more, won't spoil much, but a lot more internal conflict in this one.
Yeah.
Which gave her a lot more range,
Yeah.
acting-wise.
Definitely. Doesn't her storyline take a turn, but...
Yes, and look, that is something that will need to be touched on, and it is part of the reason why a few people do have problems with this, is the way they took the story. And this is probably my biggest issue with it. I don't want to say it's a massive issue because I still really enjoy this and loved it, but it is a slight issue where I feel like JJ tried to retcon too much from The Last Jedi. He tried to appease the fans or the haters, the vocal Star Wars fans online who were bitching about The Last Jedi and wanted things one way or another. I feel like JJ might have tried to appease those fans maybe a little too much.
Humoured them a bit too much.
Yeah, to the point where I'm not sure if this feels like a very coherent sequel to The Last Jedi. And again, it's not an easy job.
No.
Taking on Star Wars. I don't envy it. You try to, tell your own story, but then you also want to appease the fans. And yeah, I think you got to find that middle ground and walk that line. And I felt like he might have just drifted a little more into the fan service line rather than telling his story. And I don't know where that line began and ended, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're feeling like this film could almost be kind of ignoring what's happened in that last one? And
not ignoring, just trying to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Rian Johnson definitely took it one way, and a lot of people didn't like that. And I think JJ came in and tried to retcon that and fix that in as good a way as he could have. But I think there was a couple of bits that felt very forced. The fixes felt forced.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Yeah, that's probably my biggest issue with it. But really, everything else is really top notch. I mean, visually, this is spectacular. There's a lot of just great visuals, great shots.
Isn't there?
It's just, the scale is so epic. It's so epic.
Yes, visually, the film was stunning. I mean, Star Wars has got to be epic with its visuals, and it didn't disappoint there.
And of course, the score by John Williams is equally as good.
Oh my goodness, yes. The amount of times that I just got caught up in that music.
A lot of nostalgic notes that he hit.
Yes.
Just certain cues that he hit with the music that worked perfectly.
Yeah. And actually, there were quite a lot of... I mean, you'd have to, being the last film and wrapping up the franchise, that they did put in a lot of nostalgic Easter eggs throughout the film. Again, for better or worse. So there's people who are complaining about some of those Easter eggs already, but I'm just...
Yeah, it might have gone a bit too fan servicey. As I said before, JJ is trying to, appease the fans a little bit.
I just feel like these guys can't win though. Like, I'm really feeling for the people who take on Star Wars, because it's like, I feel like the fans
Rian Johnson tries to do something different, he gets hammered for it. JJ tries to give everyone what they want, and he gets hammered for it.
I just feel like Star Wars fans, and really fans of most franchises, I guess, but especially Star Wars, because of how long this franchise has been going for, I just feel like fans do get a little bit too vicious towards the filmmakers. I please don't at me and come for me, but I just feel like we need to just settle down a little bit. I know people get passionate about this. We get passionate about Star Wars, as well as many other franchises. And yes, I can agree that if you're, in love with the storyline and the characters, and you've got that history there, of course, when things are changed or not gone how you plan, of course you would get upset. But let's just calm down a little bit, I think.
And look, in saying that, I think it's fine to not like this movie.
Oh,
that is completely fine. We're not saying you cannot, not like a movie. But I think where it gets a bit overboard is when people think it's their duty to go online and then attack the filmmakers and say,
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson ruined my childhood, or JJ's a hack, or, you know, all of that stuff. Attack the actors who are just trying to do their job. I think that's when it gets overboard. And I mean, both of us are creators as well, so we come from that world, not to that extent, but we do put like some of our films out in the world.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've had to kind of get a little bit of that backlash sometimes. And it can be tough. I can only imagine getting it on that scale.
Yeah.
You know, on that scale with a property as beloved as Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I would just say, look, it's fine to hate the film if you don't like it, but there's no need to be a keyboard warrior about it.
Absolutely.
But look, I think it's important for you guys to go and see it and make up your own minds. So please go out and see it. It is worth the admission price at least. Look, it's a very, very enjoyable film. A lot of great action, a lot of great visuals. John Williams' score is just soaring throughout. So there's a lot to love. There is a lot to love. So go, please, make up your own mind about it. Come back and let us know what you thought in the comments below.
And stick around for our proper review when we're more awake.
And we've digested it all.
We've digested it.
But please, if you like this video, slam that like button, subscribe to our channel for more, and hit the bell for the notifications if you want to be kept up to date with our upcoming reviews, including our in-depth spoiler review of The Rise of Skywalker. But that's it for us, because we need to get to bed. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.